Every single one of us use artificial intelligence each day, often without even knowing it. We think about our smart devices that we have just a few feet from us at all times, whether it's a wearable device, a smartphone, a tablet, a computer. But even ranging to issues of smart speakers and smart appliances, we live in the age of AI. We live in a world full of artificial intelligence. You'll often see one of two reactions when you talk about artificial intelligence. One of fear. A lot of people are fearful of the unknown. They're fearful of these technologies and the powers that they have. Powers of automation and job loss, how it's going to affect our daily lives. Or an equal and opposite reaction often is apathy, of thinking these technologies seem so futuristic and far off that they're not really affecting our daily lives. They seem so disconnected from everything and seem more like a Hollywood plot film rather than our daily lived reality. While often both of these reactions are understandable, we as Christian leaders can engage these thorny ethical issues through the lens of the gospel and through the hope of Scripture. That's exactly why I wrote my book, Artificial Intelligence and the Future of Humanity, was to equip believers and equip the wider culture to be thinking biblically and to be thinking wisely about the tools and their effects on our lives. A lot of these same issues that you're thinking about and that you're dealing with in your businesses and organizations is the same thing me and my team were thinking. We were thinking about how do we navigate the contours of these technologies and think biblically and ethically about them. When I talk about artificial intelligence, I often say that AI doesn't really cause us to ask new questions of humanity per se, but to ask the same age-old kind of existential questions in light of new opportunities. First, is there a God? And if so, what is he like? Second, what does it mean to be human? And is there anything unique about humanity in this world? And finally, what is technology? And what is the role that technology is to play in our lives? We start where the story starts. We start where Scripture starts in Genesis. Genesis 1:26 through 28 says that God created us in His image, in His likeness, unique and distinct from everything else in creation. And the way that we as His image bearers are to use tools like technology is to wield them with wisdom, because we know that we can use these tools to emphasize and honor that image of God in every single human being, or we can use these tools to dehumanize and devalue our fellow man. In our digitally connected world, it's often tempting to put profits over people or to put efficiency over our fellow man. But as Christian leaders, we indeed care about profits, and we do indeed care about efficiency, but not as a means to an end, as a way ultimately to glorify God and to love our neighbor. Onlookers might perceive AI implementation in our businesses and our organizations as an indication of our lack of care for other people. But adopting AI techniques is for novelty's sake or for addressing issues that really don't exist is not loving God and it's not loving our neighbor. One of the best ways that we as leaders can combat fear and misunderstanding surrounding artificial intelligence is to clearly communicate our goals and our intentions with automation and technologies like artificial intelligence, and to show our people where we're headed as an organization. The goal of these technologies is not a future of leisure or rest, but one of God-honoring work that helps our fellow man and ourselves to live out what it means to be created in God's image. These tools can indeed make our jobs easier and more efficient, and we should embrace those tools and these technologies for those ends. This allows us to be free, and it frees our people to be more innovative and to be more creative. Regardless of the innovations that are to come, we don't have to be fearful or we don't have to be apathetic to the rise of technology in our world, because we can embrace these tools as we seek to love God and to love our neighbor.